We woke up on our second day in Maine to find a completely different weather situation. It was beautiful and sunny. There was just a little bit of a breeze. It was the perfect day to go out and explore. So we started to get ready with some caffeine first, and then I started to make a rather high-calorie breakfast because we were doing some active things today. We really enjoyed staying in this cabin because of all these little touches, the open rafters, the old doorknob, the metal latches on the windows. It's just so neat to see something with so much character. We went to walk across the street to check out the state of the lake. We went past the general store, and this time we restrained ourselves from buying baked goods. But there is a campground directly across the street on the side of the lake. And you can camp here with your RV if you like.
So don't let the weight of the world slow you down. And if you search for the meaning of life, it won't be found. So take your insecurities and leave them all behind. Let's learn to make the most of our time.
Totally different today than it was yesterday. It was so choppy. It's perfect today. Hopefully take the canoe out later. We started our day with a high-calorie breakfast so that we would have plenty of energy for all the activities we had planned. Since it was our one nice day to explore Maine, we had a couple things we wanted to do. First, we wanted to go for a hike to warm up for our more strenuous trip tomorrow. And we also wanted to take a canoe out on the lake. We felt like we had to do that. But first, we were headed up to an area called Douglas Mountain. This hike was very close by, and it was recommended by the owners of the Sebago Lake cottages. So we checked it out on all trails and headed in that direction. We wanted to find a hike that we could do in the morning and still have time in the afternoon to do our canoeing, and we didn't want to be totally exhausted. So this 1.7 mile loop was perfect. It was also going to give us a little taste of the area with some nice views of the mountains.
Just gone.
That's nice. Oh, it's the Nature Conservancy. Yeah, that was that other place we hiked in South Jersey.
Okay.
That that river. Yeah.
The river. Oh, okay.
Little check-in station. You got a porta potty, which is always appreciated at a trailhead. Oh, you can use your snowmobile.
Yeah.
That's when you know you're in Maine, when you see snowmobile crossing signs. So we got two new camera mounts. This is the DSLR mount, and then Patrick has the shoulder mount for the action cam, so testing it out for the longer hike. The trail was pretty quiet, so we got to soak in the sounds of the forest. Most of the trail was in a beautiful deep forest area with some small rocky sections. Feels good to climb something.
Yeah. That's pretty good steepness.
Yeah.
Elevation.
Yeah, it's a little steep. It's a good warm-up for tomorrow. As we got closer to the top, the trees started to open up so we could see more of the sunlight.
Looks like a thing.
The top of Douglas Mountain is marked by a stone observation tower, and it is open to climb up to the top, and you get beautiful views all the way out into New Hampshire. The top of the observation tower is small, so we were waiting our turn to be able to go up the stone steps and get the nice view from the top. And while we were waiting, we got a snuggle attack from these two dogs. And since it had been quite a few days since we had seen our dog, we were very happy to meet these two labs.
Hello.
The view from the top of the observation tower gave us a little preview of what we were going to be doing the next day. In the morning, we are going to be driving from Maine into New Hampshire, into the White Mountains, and we were going to be doing a 3-day backpacking trip. So we could see some of the peaks that we were going to have to be battling. We headed back down and soaked in a little bit more sun, trying to keep a slower pace so that we still had energy left to go canoeing when we got back. The ledge trail coming down is definitely pretty steep. We just came down that rock, going down into this little valley here. Definitely good boots. Don't underestimate the importance of good tread on your boots. After soaking in the view for a while, we made our way down from the summit of Mount Douglas and headed back to the parking area. We were going to make our way back to the Sebago Lake cottages, have a bite to eat, and then we got the kayak. So we definitely had to spend some time on this beautiful lake. And they had just taken the kayaks out of storage and power washed them that morning. So we were the first ones to take it out for the season. Oh. All right. Okay. You didn't want to go in the water.
Huh?
You didn't want to step in the water.
What?
Alright, we're floating.
Oars are upside down.
They are?
Mm-hmm.
Which way do they go?
Huh?
Which way do they go?
Flip them around. Now the whole one.
Like that?
Yep.
What's the difference? It's a tricky thing when you plan a trip. You really don't know what the weather is going to be, so you might have things planned that you want to do, like kayaking, and sometimes the weather cooperates, but sometimes it definitely doesn't. We got very lucky because there was a little wind, but it was easy enough to paddle against, and we got to just kind of float around and relax on the water and watch people on this little island, where there's actually someone who lives on the island in the middle of the lake. Even this late in June, the water was very cold. If you stuck your hand in the water, it would actually start to hurt after a few seconds. That's how cold it was. So we were definitely making sure we were staying in the kayak. Neither of us wanted to go for a swim. And we were told that because it was so windy yesterday, it churned up the water, so the top layer didn't get too warm up yet. It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not too windy. I thought maybe it was going to be too windy, but it's not bad at all.
No, not at all.
No.
There's no bugs.
Yeah.
They're very little. They're that small only.
Especially yesterday, the whole lake was covered in whitecaps. So
Yeah.
we really got lucky that we got a perfect day here, because I didn't know if it was going to happen yesterday. We made our way back to the beach at a leisurely pace now that we had fulfilled our second goal of the day. We made it. That's fun. Nice little paddle. Although my paddling skills might be a little rusty, we do enjoy kayaking quite a bit, and because we've been busy the last couple seasons, we really haven't gotten to use our kayaks as much, but we hope in the upcoming season to change that. We went back to the cabin to relax because tomorrow it was over to New Hampshire for the most challenging part of our trip, backpacking the White Mountains.
You worried about you and me, the injustice, the next president to be, the news and what you hear, your career. It's time for you to face those fears, and it's all fair to be aware, and I'll be there, so don't be scared. Just take a deep breath of air, and 1, 2, 3 to 10, you begin to focus again, and though time flies, we have enough to realize this bigger than the both of us.